The Grenlec Debates. Power, bright ideas.
These are the 2024 Grenlec Debates. I am your host and former Grenlec debater, Ambrosia Charles. Welcome. We're in the second round of competition, the round of 16. The theme for this round is energy policy and economics. The areas of focus are energy policies, economic impact and subsidies, and taxes. Please note that although the students are given the topics and themes to research prior to the match, these debates are impromptu. The students develop their arguments today. They've selected their motions. They have been given 30 minutes to prepare their presentations without assistance from their teachers, and they're ready to debate. Let's get to it. This match is between the Anglican High School and Westmorland Secondary School. The motion is, be it resolved that higher taxes on fossil fuels are necessary to promote the move to renewable energy. For the proposition, Westmorland Secondary School. For the opposition, the Anglican High School.
To build a competitive green economy powered primarily by clean, sustainable, renewable energy at an affordable cost for electricity generation that would preserve the natural environment, improve the quality of life for our people, for current and future generations. Vision statement of the Grenada Energy Policy 2023 to 2035. Esteemed judges, worthy opponents, and dear audience members, good afternoon. I stand before you today as the first speaker on the proposition side of the moot. Be it resolved that higher taxes on fossil fuels are necessary to promote the move to renewable energy. We are sure to convince you. As first speaker, I will be clearly stating factual points, and they will be further clarified by my second speaker. The third speaker will eloquently answer trivial questions and correct any false statements made by the opposition. Lastly, our rebuttal speaker will refute any outrageous claims made by the opposing team and reinforce our stance with the moot. These are key terms from the moot, sourced from the English Language Oxford Dictionary. Taxes, the money imposed by authority on persons or property for public purposes. Fossil fuels, coal or oil that is formed in the earth from plants or dead animal remains. Renewable energy, energy sources that do not run out. Example, wind, water, and sun. The points I will touch on are, number one, taxes on fossil fuel incentivizes citizens to move towards renewable energy. Number two, increased revenue to the government and implementation of renewable energy sources promotes it amongst the population. Esteemed judges, did you know that the increased taxation on products causes people to be deterred from it? According to Mr. Eric Williams, Transmission and Distribution Manager at Grenlec, states that increased taxes on fossil fuels causes the demand for it to lessen. Their focus now shifts towards renewable energy sector. The population is now exposed to the various forms of energy sources that are right around us. According to experts in the field, such as Dr. Spencer Thomas, energy consultant, state that a cleaner and healthier environment promotes a healthy, hardworking workforce. This, in turn, promotes renewable energy, and coupled with heavy taxes on fossil fuels, will slowly but surely bring renewable energy into the mainstream. Don't you agree, worthy opponents? Moreover, worthy opponents, are you aware of the fact that the government earns its revenue from taxes? There is a carbon tax, which means a tax implemented on the use of fossil fuels that provides an increased revenue for the government, which will then in turn, by proper management of their money, set up solar farms such as the one in Limlair, Carriacou, as an example for the public. Additionally, according to Alicia Andrews, Consumer and Public Affairs Officer from the Public Utility Regulations Commission, PERC, enlightened us on the many plans available for people to start their own solar farms, such as the Independent Power Producers Program, gives people the right to earn a revenue from the surplus power. Thank you.
Honorable Chair, esteemed judges, dear audience, worthy opponents, pleasant day to all. We, the opposition, strongly disagree with the moot. Be it resolved that higher taxes on fossil fuels are necessary to promote the move to renewable energy. It is concerning to me that the proposition would dare say that the increase in fossil fuel taxes is necessary to promote the move to renewable energy. Honorable judges, while the increase in fossil fuels taxes may be a contributor to the promotion of the move to renewable energy, it is not necessary. The promotion of the move to renewable energy can be accomplished without fossil fuel tax increase. As first speaker, I would redefine key terms of the moot and outline the technological, environmental, and legal aspects of our argument, of which my second speaker will make known the political, economic, and social arguments. PR will follow, after which my rebuttal speaker will cascade all ignominious arguments made by the proposition. We, the opposition, accept the definitions for taxes, fossil fuels, and renewable energy proposed. However, we would like to propose our own definitions for necessary and promote. Necessary, according to the Merriam-Webster's dictionary, is a state of affairs that must prevail if another is to occur. Promote, also defined by the Merriam-Webster's dictionary, is to contribute to the growth of or prosperity of something. Now, esteemed judges, if one is to persuade the public to transition to renewable energy, they must first ensure their understanding of the importance of this transition. This can be achieved through the gradual introduction of renewable energy technology. The public would gain familiarity and understanding of the impact of renewable energy technology and would then be encouraged to move to this form of energy. Mr. Bideau, owner of Classic Lighting, has testified that during Beryl, when they introduced their solar power generators, demand for this renewable energy technology skyrocketed. However, this is only one alternative to promote the move to renewable energy. The government can utilize the power move of implementing subsidies and policies for renewable energy, making the move to renewable energy more attractive, therefore promoting its transition. The Minister for Climate Resilience and Renewable Energy, Karen James, states that subsidies and tax incentives are essential tools for making renewable energy affordable and accessible. By lowering upfront costs, the government is ensuring that more people and businesses can take part in the energy transition. Is the opposition saying that their opinion holds more weight than the minister herself? To further my point, take a look at the net metering policy. Statistics show that through implementation of such subsidies and policies, the renewable technology owners in Grenada has increased from 3% to 7%, esteemed judges. What more does the opposition require? I thank you.
Afternoon, judges, audience, worthy opponents. As second speaker, I am tasked to further strengthen my team's position on the moot. Higher taxes on fossil fuels are necessary to promote the move to renewable energy. I will focus on delving deeper into my first speaker's last point of increased revenue to the government and implementation of renewable energy sources promote it among the population and the citizens' well-being. To further elucidate my first speaker's last point, as citizens see how the government is putting an effort to promote renewable energy, they will be influenced to do the same. The revenue gained by carbon taxes, when managed properly, will be invested in purchasing solar panels and wind turbines, which would influence citizens to want to better their country. If you saw the government promoting higher taxes on fossil fuels, wouldn't you, the citizens, want to move to renewable energy? Dr. Eric Williams, Transmission and Distribution Manager of Grenlec, himself stated, moreover, according to the Grenada energy policy, the civilians of Grenada have a strong desire to improve the quality of life and living standards for both themselves and future generations. My worthy opponents, when our own people express a strong desire, why shouldn't we move towards renewable energy? Answer me that. Government is by the people, for the people. Worthy opponents, these points me and my team stated emphasize why we are for the moot. Higher taxes on fossil fuels are necessary to promote the move to renewable energy. Thank you.
Good afternoon, all. My colleagues and I stand in strong opposition of the motion, be it resolved that higher taxes on fossil fuels are necessary to promote the move to renewable energy. While the proposition presents a seemingly appealing argument, we believe that higher taxes are not necessary, but are in fact contributors to the move to renewable energy. Honorable Chair, as my first speaker so eloquently stated, the implementation of subsidies would then promote a more voluntary move to renewable energy. This leads me to my first point. Increasing taxes on fossil fuels would cause the private sector, the people, to feel as though they're being forced to move to renewable energy. I know for a fact that being forced to do something would only demote the person rather than to motivate. Judges, if you were forced to be here, would you still want to come with a clear and open mind? Personally, I would not. Resistance from the people, additionally, would only negatively impact the government, especially when elections roll around. The proposition may want to claim that the increase of taxes would benefit the government in form of revenue, etc. However, without the support of the people, the government cannot achieve their set out goals. Moreover, the raising of taxes on fossil fuels, especially in the petroleum sector, would greatly affect them negatively. This tax raise would cause firms to be placed in a tight situation, seeing that they would have workers to pay. When the workers are made aware that the employers are placing their monies into different areas, they would require a raise in wages. The firms would then have to increase the prices of gas, for example. The increase of gas would affect households, seeing that they have to pay for more gas than before. Citizens already have mortgages, groceries, and they have children to take care of. How can the proposition with a clear conscience say that the raise in taxes would be a positive? Judges, are you aware that the increase in taxes for fossil fuels would directly affect your pockets? If the voice of reason is on mute, let me turn up the volume for you. I thank you.
My worthy opponent, what empirical evidence do you have that the funds raised from the fossil fuel taxes will go toward renewable energy implementation?
My worthy opponent, as my second speaker stated, the funds that the government would raise, if managed properly, will be used to promote renewable energy.
Thank you, my worthy opponent.
List 3 economic advantages that higher fossil fuel taxes will have on poor civilians.
3 points.
On
Number
poor
one.
civilians.
For civilians?
Poor
Poor civilians.
Yes.
Poor civilians. One point could be that the new renewable energy sector that is being developed because of higher taxes that the government gets revenue from, it goes towards the lessening of energy prices, such as bills, which the poor civilians will be happy to have to pay less for.
So you are removing choice from your citizens?
Is the choice that they want to contribute to global warming?
Thank you, my worthy opponent. My worthy opponent, isn't the implementation of renewable energy subsidies a current tactic used by governments to transition to renewable energy?
Yes, it is.
Thank you, my worthy opponent. Are you saying that the current methods used by the government is ineffective in promoting the move to renewable energy?
We are not saying it is ineffective.
Thank you, my worthy opponent.
My worthy opponent, the increase on taxes, would the increase on taxes on fossil fuels not be a forced move towards renewable energy?
It would not be forced.
My worthy opponent, the moot stated that it is necessary.
It is necessary, not forced. It
Thank
is
you, my worthy
incentivized.
My worthy opponent, how is fossil fuel tax increase incentivized? The moot does not state that.
The increase in tax causes people to deter away and detest the fossil fuels
However, that's not.
because now they have to pay extra to be able to use
So
it.
that
worthy
is
opponent,
forceful,
is
my
that
worthy
not
opponent.
forced?
You are giving them no choice.
Worthy opponents, what empirical evidence do you have that educating the public about renewable energy will most definitely promote renewable energy?
My worthy opponent, like I said in my speech, take for example Mr. Bedeau's introduction of the solar-powered generators. Through this introduction of renewable energy technology, demand for this technology skyrocketed.
Demand for it skyrocketed, but
yes,
were the
therefore,
public
it is
educated about it?
encouraging. Well, through the usage of this technology, they will be educated and familiarized with this technology, my worthy opponent.
My worthy opponent, wouldn't energy companies lean towards renewable energy to avoid paying the high taxes on fossil fuels, this in thus driving the promotion of renewable energy?
However, how does this promote choice? This is just oppression. You're not giving them a choice.
It's not choice, but by them having to pay more, they would willfully lean towards renewable energy, thus benefiting the country as a whole and the environment.
It is their choice to move if they want. If they want, they could pay the taxes. But if they want, they could also go towards
My
renewable
worthy
energy.
opponent, like my second speaker stated, this forceful push of the higher fossil fuel taxes, it would actually demotivate someone and enable them, or would more so encourage them to resist the renewable energy technology.
Don't you agree that introducing a heavy tax on fossil fuels puts a less demand for it?
Can you repeat the question?
Don't you agree that introducing a heavy tax on fossil fuels puts a less demand for it? Lessens the demand for fossil fuels.
Yes, my worthy opponent.
Thank you.
My worthy opponent, can't the revenue generated from taxes on fossil fuels used to develop and promote renewable energy infrastructure in Grenada?
My worthy opponent, there was a study that showed the investment given to the government for implementing renewable energy technologies, or less than 1% was used.
Where was this study sourced from, worthy opponent?
The IRENA annual report.
Okay, thank you. Next one. Worthy opponents, funds from taxes can be used to research ways to improve existing renewable energy infrastructure. Don't you think if we are to take the money from fossil fuel taxes, can't we put it towards educating the public, as you said, and building of new renewable energy sources?
My worthy
Judges, you may not know, my opponents most likely do not know, but I know. Be it resolved that higher taxes on fossil fuels are not necessary to promote the move to renewable energy. Firstly, their first speaker stated that increasing taxes on fossil fuels will cause the public to deter away from renewable energy. Not only is this proving us right, but increasing taxes on fossil fuels is not even necessary to promote renewable energy. Instead, what really is necessary is implementing subsidies and policies to help transition to renewable energy. Secondly, They've stated that increasing taxes will increase revenue to the government. While yes, this is true, the successful promotion of renewable energy all depends on the people. As stated by my second speaker, increased taxes on fossil fuels will put citizens at a disadvantage. Gas prices, groceries, bills, and higher taxes, disaster. Their second speaker went on to say that Grenadians are eager to improve their quality of life. So, raising taxes on gas and electricity benefits us Grenadians? I beg your pardon. How many times do you hear your parents complain about the gas and electricity? Raising these will only put Grenadians, especially low-income homes, at a disadvantage. In the POI, we asked for empirical evidence that the funds used from fossil fuels taxes will go towards renewable energy. They gave no empirical evidence, only opinions, which we are not here to debate about. Judges, again, be it resolved that higher taxes on fossil fuels are not necessary to promote the move to renewable energy. I thank you.
Esteemed judges, my worthy opponents, audience, a pleasant afternoon to you all. As rebuttal speaker from the proposition, I'm here to further strengthen my team's stance with the moot, highlighting contradictions and stating the practical reasons why increasing taxes on fossil fuels is the most practical way to promote the move towards renewable energy. Your first speaker had stated that we first need to educate the public on the importance of renewable energy. But tell me, my worthy opponents, where will we get this money needed to educate the public from? Certainly not from the taxes, I assume. Esteemed judges, the opposition's second speaker had stated that the government will not be able to achieve the goal of renewable energy if the civilians feel forced into it. However, my worthy opponents, my first speaker had stated that according to national energy policy, the people of the nation desire for this change to benefit both their lives and the lives of their future generations. Now tell me, my worthy opponents, isn't the government by the people for the people? What makes you think that the government of Grenada will not want to benefit their own nation? Additionally, higher taxes are necessary as they provide an additional source of revenue for the government to be able to implement it into the education of our people and the development of the renewable energy sector. Worthy opponents, in case of a natural disaster such as the recent Hurricane Beryl, damaging the solar power plant of Limlair, costing $3.2 million US. My worthy opponents, don't you think that the taxes will help pay for this? We want the best for our future generations. I know that you all agree with this. It is possible for Grenada to transition into renewable energy. Let us not close our eyes and block our ears. I thank you.
To the winner of this match, the Anglican High School, we say congratulations. We say hats off to all participants. We thank you, our viewing audience, for joining us, and we invite you to tune in again for a complete coverage of the next match in the Round of 16 series.
The Grenlec Debates. Power, bright ideas.
The Grenlec Debates will be broadcast on MTV Monday and Thursday at 9 p.m. and on Saturday at 6 p.m. and on GBN TV Tuesday and Thursday at 6 p.m. and on Sunday at 4 p.m.
Tune in